Hello, everybody. Just Mrs. Swistak here. Here is a assignment that I'd like you to work on while you're at home virtually. This is design your own robot using Google Slides. Here on the left, you're going to see the two slides that I have available for you to work with. I'm going to show you how you can easily use the elements on slide number 2 to create your own robot. Now, you can use my pre-made things if you like. I actually designed this lesson for an elementary class, but if you would like to design your own robot using your own shapes, you can most certainly do that as well. So what I'll be asking you to do is to create your own scene for your robot. I'm going to ask you to look for a background. So you're going to use the background button. And of course, if you have an image loaded, you can use your own image. You can take your own image using your own camera. I'm just going to use Google search and look for an oil refinery. I think that was what I had used. Here we go. That's the one I want like. I'm just going to go ahead and insert that background right into my Google slide. So now I'm going to go down to the bottom here and I'm going to find all the elements that I have already pre-made for you. And of course, again, if you'd like to use them, great. If you want to use your own shapes, we can do that too. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks for that as well. So right up here on your toolbar, you're going to see my cursor hovering around the little yellow arrow. You want to make sure you select that little yellow arrow, and then you're going to go on over here and you're going to choose the parts that you would like to use for your robot. So I'm going to choose this body on the top right here. And using that arrow, I'm going to draw a blue box right around that body that I've selected. And I'm going to copy it. And now I can go ahead on up into my slide and paste it in. And of course, I can either use my mouse or my arrow keys to move it around how I'd like to. Now, we can also use the bucket fill tool to change its colors. You can, of course, use any solid colors that you like, or hey, maybe you like to play around with the gradient colors. That's also up to you as well. A little tip on how to create your own gradient colors. You can click on custom and it will take you to this window right here. And by clicking on the little circles, you can change the colors to be the color that you want. You can even add colors if you'd like and change those colors. You can kind of get a little bit more of a shine to it. You can even change how it looks. So different things for you to play with to make it more custom to you. Am I playing around with that shading? Hey, look at that. It looks a lot more three-dimensional. So again, just to show you one more time, I'm going to go over to slide 2. I can pick out whatever head I want, or I can create one with my own shapes. Now, once again, I'm using that arrow up at the top in our toolbar to draw a blue box around the one that I want. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. Oops. Let me cut that out and paste it right into my other slide. And I can move it around. It will all stay together. And I can use the bucket fill tool again to change it to however I want it to be. Now, if I want to use my own shapes to create my own robots, then of course I can go into my shape tools and I can use those shape tools to create whatever I want. So maybe I want to put a little extra neck in here. I can do that. All right, give him a little neck for his head. Now, here is a little tip. I want you to notice, I'm going to zoom up on my robot so that you can see it a little better. If you see right here, my head looks like it's behind my neck. So how I can fix that is I can click on my head, I can go to arrange, and I can bring it to the front. And now it looks like my head is right on top of my neck. All right. Another interesting thing that you can do, you can group things together. So I'm going to use that arrow to select around my two top pieces. And if I go arrange group, that means that I can move those two pieces around together without having them come all apart. All right. If I want my body in front of my neck, I can go to arrange again and I can bring it to the front. Or I kind of actually liked how that looked with that little round piece in the front, so I can send it to the back. And now my robot has a neck. Now, again, I can go to any of my shapes here if I wanted my pre-made arms and legs, or as well, you can create your own. So I'm going to go ahead and select around a leg for myself using that arrow. I'm going to edit copy and go ahead or edit paste, or you could do Control C, Control V, whichever works for you, whichever key presses that you like. And of course, change it to whatever colors that you want. Now, this wouldn't be just a robot scene if I didn't have my robot saying anything. So just give him two legs there. So I'm going to go ahead on up and go to my shape tools. I'm going to go to the call outs and I'm going to make my robot say something. And I can draw myself a little call out and I can go and type whatever I want on my call out, change the font to whatever I like, change the size. All right. So what I would like all of you to do that are working on this assignment is to create yourself a little robot scene. Include a background, include at least two robots and at least two talk bubbles. And yes, of course, if you want to add in extra things, for example, say you wanted to add in a little dog, maybe you want your robot to have a little dog, then yes, you can search the web, look for, I'm going to put cartoon dog, and I'm going to put the words PNG right after my word here so that when I get one, it has a transparent background. So it doesn't have a white box around it. And there we go. My robot now has a dog. And of course, when you're all finished, I will be printing these out and laminating them for you. So make sure you're doing a super cool job for your design your own robot scene. I hope you enjoy this assignment. Should be fairly easy for you to do. Of course, if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Adios, auf Wiedersehen, sayonara, and arrivederci.